Today's lesson is multiply and divide with 10. And by the end of the lesson, you will be able to say, I can multiply and divide with 10. I know you will be able to do that. What comes in groups of 10? Stop for a moment and think. What things are always or almost always in a group of 10? How about these things? Did you think of fingers, toes? How about the fact that there are 10 pennies in a dime? What else did you think of? Now, we know a lot about tens, and it's a pretty common count by for us to use. So, let's get started. Of course, you're going to need your whiteboard marker, and something to erase. So, stop the video, get these materials, and then press play when you're ready to get started. All right, welcome back. You should have your whiteboard marker, and something to erase with. Let's get started as we have been by circling the 10 count bys. So I'm going to start down here with 1, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Circle 10 and write 10 because one group of 10 equals 10. Let's circle another group of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Circle that. Now I have two groups of 10, and we can count 10, 20. Now, of course, we could count to get to 10, but I think we're all really good at our 10 count bys. So let's circle up to 30, because we know that 1, 2, 3 groups of 10 equals 30. Circle another group of 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. Now, I want you to pause the video, continue circling groups of 10 and writing how much they are, and you may as well go all the way to 100. How did you do? I'm certain you did a great job. Now, let's start with 10 and write the 10 count bys. And remember, we want to write them as close to the left-hand side as we can. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right. So now we're going to write the multiplication equations that go with each of these count bys. So when we look at 10 up here, let's put 10 equals. We go back down to where we have a 10, and we say 10 equals one group of 10. So one group of 10. And of course we know we have 10 in each group because we circled groups of 10. Now we go 20 equals. Let's take a look at our 20. We see that 20 is two groups of 10. So 2 groups of 10 equals. 30 equals, we find 30. We see 1, 2, 3 groups of 10, and we write that. Let's do one more together. We go to 40 equals, we find 40 on our count bys. We count 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 10, so 40 equals 4 groups of 10. Let's pause the video, and would you finish writing the multiplication equations for these groups of 10? How did you do? Check over each equation, make sure you match mine, and if you need to make any changes, of course, pause the video and fix it because you'll want it to be correct for the next part of this lesson. So now let's write the division equations that are related to these multiplication equations. We know that if we have 10 equals 1 times 10, we're going to use these same numbers to write a division equation. And let me change my pen color here. There we go. So again, let's look at 10 equals 1 times 10. Now we always start with excuse me. There we go. We always start with our total. All right, so over here we have 10. That was our total, our product. And then we divide that by our group size, which was 10, and that equals, we see here in our multiplication equation, we have 1 left. Now before we write 1, let's go check. Let's go down and find our total 10 on our count by. So I look here. Here is my total of 10. And I have how many groups of 10? 1. So of course our answer is 1, like we thought when we looked at the equation. Let's take a look at the next one. So here we have 20 equals 2 times 10. 20 equals 2 groups of 10. So in our division equation, we again start with the total, which is 20, divided by our groups of 10, equals. Now, if we're looking at our multiplication equation, it tells us that 2 is the other number we need, but let's double check it to make sure. So let's find 20 on our count bys. There's 20. How many groups of 10? I see 1, 2. So of course 20 divided by 10 is 2. Let's go on to the next one. We are going to look at 30 equals 3 groups of 10. And so we start with the total, which you told me was 30, divided by what? Our groups of 10 equals, let's check and see if that answer is correct. So let's find our total of 30. Let's count our groups. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 30 divided by 10 equals 3. Let's do one more together. Again, make sure you are writing along with me and practicing this. Okay, let's take a look at 40 equals, excuse me, 40 equals 4 times 10. Let's write the division equation. Let's start with our total, which is 40, divided by our group size, which is 10, equals. Let's double check it by looking at our total on our count by. So 10, 20, 30, here's 40. Let's count the number of groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 40 divided by 10 equals 4. Now I'd like you to finish writing the division count bys. When you finish, look carefully for any patterns that you notice, and then press play and check your work. If there's any point while you're writing you're not sure what to do, just press play, look at the answers, and then go back and make sure your whiteboard matches. How did you do? Check each equation carefully to make sure your work is correct. Again, if you need to fix anything, stop the video, fix it, and then start again. Now let's practice multiplying and dividing with 10. Put your whiteboard marker down. You don't need it because we're going to use the finger strategy to count by 10, to multiply and divide with tens. So hold up your 10 fingers. All right, the first equation is 3 groups of 10. So we are going to count by 3. So hold up 3 fingers. I'm going to use my pen to cross off the fingers that I don't need since I can't hide them on the smartboard. And so I know I have 3 groups of 10. What am I counting by? Tens. So here we go. 10, 20, 30. So 3 groups of 10 equals, 30. 5 groups of 10. This time you're going to do the finger work. So we have 5 groups of 10. How many fingers are you going to hold up? What are you going to count by? Go ahead and do that. See if your answer matches mine. I got 50 because I held up 5 fingers and I counted by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 8 times 10. Go ahead. Solve this one. Eight groups of 10 equals 80. Oh, now we have 60 equals something times 10. You know, I could write that as a division equation. Would you pick up your whiteboard marker and use some of the empty space on your whiteboard, and would you write the division equation with me? So we always start with our total, which is 60. Divided by our group size, which is 10, and it equals. Now this time to get the answer, we're still counting by tens, but we're stopping when we get to 60. So let's do that together. Hold up both hands because we don't know how many fingers we need. Let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. How many fingers was that? I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 60 equals 6 times 10, and 60 divided by 10 equals 6. All right, here's one. Divide with 10. 40 divided by 10. Hold up both those hands. We're going to count by tens until we get to 40. Let's do it. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, we need to stop. Let's count. How many fingers are you holding up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Me too. 40 divided by 10 equals 4. 20 divided by 10. You can do this one by yourself. Good luck. Twenty divided by 10 equals 2. All right, 70 divided by 10. I'll get you started, but I want you to solve this one by yourself. We know that we have groups of 10, so we're going to count by tens until we get to what number? What's our total? That's right, 70. Go for it. $70 divided by 10 equals 7. Nice job. Continue practicing multiplying and dividing by 10.